Welcome to this short online tutorial on overcoming writer's block delivered to you by the Ask Academic Skills service. In this short tutorial, we're going to be looking at some strategies for overcoming writer's block and some key questions to ask yourself to help you get started. So here are some ways of getting started. Divide your task into smaller chunks and break down your assignment into digestible tasks. And start with what seems easy so that you ease your way into the writing process. And remember, you don't need to complete a final draft on first trying. Remember that it's important to draft and redraft your assignment. So the first time you start writing, think of it as just your first draft. What can you do when you can't think of anything to write? Well, a top tip is to refer back to your plan to see the ideas that originally were formed and how you were trying to approach the assignment from a bird's eye view. This will help you to begin to organise your notes further. Another helpful strategy to help you get started is to try free writing, when you just give yourself a couple of minutes to jot down anything that comes to mind. And then read over these ideas and notes that you've written down and try to pick out if there are any 1 or 2 points that are actually of worthwhile value that you can incorporate into your assignment. Here are some questions to ask yourself when you're trying to get started and overcome writer's block. Think about the points that you are trying to make. Can you explain these verbally and then record yourself explaining these points? Listen back and then try to condense and make these points more concise in written form. Think about the points that you are making and why they're important to make. What is the value of what you're trying to say? And how does this support your overall position or argument that you are outlining and developing in your assignment? Think about how do you define a particular subject area or particular term? Because you always use key terms in your writing when working on a specific subject area. So think about how you are particularly trying to approach and define this particular key term or terms. And then think about the existing scholarship. Who has said what on the particular subject? And how do you know about certain issues? What evidence is there for it? And what are the implications of looking at this particular topic area? A lot of students find that they get overwhelmed with reading and they feel like they're reading for a lot of time but nothing seems to be going in. A top tip to overcome this is to always read with an aim. So make a list of any questions you are struggling to find answers to and then reread that particular text you're having problems with and see if you can find the answers now that you are really focusing on trying to find the answers to these particular questions. Also keep in mind any relevant people who may be able to help you, subject lecturers, subject liaison librarians and the Ask team. In summary, don't panic if you experience writer's block and don't feel under pressure to produce a perfect assignment on first time. Take the time to think carefully about what you have already written and what you may want to write about next, and ask yourself questions to engage you in thinking critically about sources. For further information, check out the Ask website and Blackboard section. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and if you're a Brunel student, you can also book an appointment online to speak with an Ask advisor for further guidance.